Hi guys, welcome to Darren's Travelling Corner, and today, can't believe I'm going to be saying this, but we're going to be starting off a bus challenge based on a nursery rhyme. So the old counting rhyme, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, once I caught a fish alive, we're going to be doing the bus routes that are based on that up to 10. But we're going to split the buses. We're going to split the video into 2 parts, and I'm going to do the first 5 buses today, and I'm going to do the last 5 buses once I can find an area where they all connect. So the number one rule in this case is that while any prefix or suffix on a bus route is acceptable, you've got to make sure that all the bus routes connect to each other. Try not to do round trips. Try and make sure that they're not all in the same place if possible. Now, I think this is where we get the 1. It might not be where you get the 1. That's where you get the 1, and that's where we're going to first. We're going to go 1 into, we're just outside of the Festing Hotel, and then we'll get a 2 into Cosham. Now, reiterating on what I said earlier, try not to do all of these in the same area. I can get away with this one because, well, you've joined me in Portsmouth to get the 1, and the Festing Hotel is based in Southsea. So there are 2 different areas of the same city council. That is acceptable in this route, but in this video challenges that I've got in mind. So this is going to be an interesting one, and you get to come along with me. So join me back in a bit, guys, because we have a 1 due in 8 minutes, and I'll see you on that very bus. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You just joined me at the back of the 1. We're going to go to the Festing Hotel with this 1. And then we just start this nursery rhyme challenge off in style. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to do the 1, the 2, the 3. We're going to do the X4 because I mentioned earlier that any prefix or suffix to a route number is acceptable. So we've got the X4, and then I was going to do the X5 to Southampton, but then I thought of then getting a 5 into Gosport. Now the X5 used to start in Gosport, but they now start here, and the bit that ran from Gosport to Fareham has just been renumbered as the 5. So we're going to do that, go from Fareham to Gosport. It's going to be setting up on the way to be a very exciting bus challenge. This time we've caught a fish alive, or we're about to, and then in the last part we're going to let it go again. But the thing with that is I've now got to try and find somewhere, and just be back to the drawing board, somewhere where you've got the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9 and the 10, where they all connect to each other. That's the number 1 rule. All bus routes have to connect to each other to make sure it's as seamless a challenge as you possibly can get it. If you're wondering why I'm doing that a lot, it's because I've not long had breakfast with my sister, and I've got a bit stuck in my teeth. But before I digress, I'd see a 2 in front. That'll be the one that I get next. Although I'll probably end up getting the one after that. So let's say we're on the back of the 1, going to Festing Hotel. and then after that we'll get a 2 to go up to Cosham. See you in a bit, guys, and I'll be outside the Festing Hotel. Welcome back, guys. Well, you just joined me outside the Festing Hotel and I've just got off the 1. So this is an interesting start to the challenge already. I mean, who else would have come up with the idea to do a bus challenge based off a nursery rhyme? But apart from me, of course. I mean, it's just something. I just sometimes like to know what goes through my head. I've often asked myself, what am I doing with my life? But with all that aside, it's a whole load of fun being able to do this. So now I need to cross the road. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to cross the road and then make my way over to the next bus stop, because I now need to get a 2 and get my way over into Cosham. Now I realise that Portsmouth are playing at home today, so I just want to make sure that I'm in and out of Portsmouth as quickly as I can, which is why I'm doing this video at 20 to 11 in the morning. But it's interesting, this challenge so far, but the best is yet to come, particularly when I take to the drawing board and figure out where I'm going to go for 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. But for now I just focus on the first 5. Done the 1, just about to do the 2, go to Cosham, and then the other 3 will fall into place. Join me back in a bit, guys, as I take you on the back of the 2. See you in a bit. Welcome back, guys. Talking about this for a quick turnaround. I'm already on the back of a 2. So we're going to be, so we've done the 1 that I got off at Festing Hotel you saw earlier, and now I'm just on the 2, making my way to Cosham. And I'll tell you what, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This challenge has been rather interesting because this part, theoretically, or should I say hypothetically, because of the bus route that this video involves, we would have caught fish alive, because we would have done the 1. So we've done a 1 to the Festing Hotel. This bus goes to Cosham to 2. Then we'll get a 3 to Portsmouth, the X4 to Fareham, and the 5 to Gosport. Which at that point we would have caught fish alive. And then we'll do, in the next part of the challenge, because this will be split into 2 parts, once I'm able to find the bus routes that connect to each other, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9 and a 10, we would have let it go again. So how long we would have caught this fish for, well, it depends on what happens, or what happens where I end up, and what I'd end up doing by the time I get to 10. I think to be of a more fun challenge at this point is to, if we're going to get a 10, when we get a 10, eventually get a 10, that we end up by the seaside, so then we can let our fish go again. What am I doing with my life? Can't believe I woke up and thought to myself, you know what, let's do a bus challenge based off a nursery rhyme. Oh dear. This one's definitely going to be a fun challenge. This challenge is definitely going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to taking you with me. Join me back in a bit though, as I will take you through the area of Cosham. See you later, guys. Now welcome back, guys. You've just joined me in Cosham, and we're just about to, well, we will be shortly boarding 3 to go to Portsmouth. Now they typically would run to Fareham, but I'm going to come off at Portsmouth this time, because then I can get to Fareham on the X4. which is what this challenge is based on. So getting multiple buses on the same route is allowed. In this case, well, it would have to, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do the X4. But it's interesting enough because it's just interesting now this challenge has come about. It's just going to be a quick segment though, because the bus is due any moment now. The 3 is anyway, and that's the one I need next. But join me back in a bit, guys, as I take you on the back of the 3 and we make our way into Portchester. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You just joined me now at the back of the 3. This was a quick turnaround, so I did something, did a little bit of videoing back in Cosham, and then straight away, almost straight after, the 3 turned up, and that's why I had to be quick. So we're just making our way in towards Paulsgrove, just as I eagerly await as to what's to come of this challenge. Done a 1, just not long got off a 2.
Service 3 towards Barron Bus.
We're on the 3, as Amy's just said.
Please hold on tight as we pull away.
And then we get the X4, so we're going to go to Portchester next. I don't know how often the X4s run. It's got to be the X4 because that's obviously next in the sequence. But this part of the challenge will end in Gosport, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I get to take you with me. We'll get to see some areas, so we're coming up to another new one for this channel, because we've not been to Portchester before, at least not on this channel. But you can expect plenty more. Blakemere. Yeah, it's Blakemere. At least the other text-to-speech should be able to say it correctly. I mean, if Rick Jackson was doing the announcements for this bus as well, he probably would have said it correctly. Scratch that, he would have said it correctly. But that's a different story altogether. But join me back in a bit as I will take you around the ventures of Portchester. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at a rather cloudy looking Portchester, and if I'm not careful it's going to start raining at some point, and I'm not wearing a coat, so yeah, I do have to be very careful. It's just started raining, so unfortunately things are going to be heading off to a bad conclusion. Oh, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's been alright. Okay.
This gives me a perfect time to help promote you.
Okay.
So this guy is Mark Hanley.
Hello.
And I just want to take the time to say thank you for everything you do, because I say always the best way to do, I always thought the best form of busking is if you do something a cappella, but this man actually writes all his own stuff, and
Right.
It's just interesting how you come up with so many ideas when it comes to the top of your head.
That's right, yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And welcome to
Jackson the Post.
Yeah, I'll be sure to promote your channel.
You got one of these, haven't you? Yeah, promote my YouTube is best. My website's be renewed on this.
I will tag you on. I'll tag your channel on the video.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. He's amazing. Anyway, join me back in a bit, because we'll then get the X4 into Fareham. We'll see you very shortly, guys. See you in a bit. Welcome back, guys. You just joined me now at the front of the X4, making way into Fareham, and this nursery rhyme bus challenge is still start is still going. It's going well. It's been really interesting so far. But the one thing that's just crossed my mind at the moment, I've got to stop a lollipop in my hand. Don't worry about that. But the one thing that I've just noted at this point is I'm just thinking about the five that goes to Gosport, and I'm just thinking there's a couple of factors as to which next bus I'm going to get, whether it be the 5 or the X5. But if the 5s to Gosport run on a Saturday, then I can obviously get that. But if they don't, I'll end up getting the X5 to Loxheath. End up doing a bit around Fareham while I wait. But you'll be kept updated as soon as I find out. I will come onto the camera. I'll come onto camera and I'll let you know what's going on. But as I say, we're making our way into Fareham at the moment, and we're having a great time. But ultimately, by the time we got to either Gosport or Southampton, we would have caught a fish alive. But join me back in a bit, guys, as we take you around the area of Fareham. See you in a bit. Welcome back, guys, and you've just joined me now at Fareham. So just got off the X4, and I'll tell you what, I absolutely love this place, and it's just nice to know that my sister is from around this area. Love it to absolute pieces, and I absolutely do. So with that in mind, there's only one bus left to get, which is the 5, because the 5s do run on a Saturday, which is good. And we'll make our way into Gosport, and that's what the X5 used to do. We'll do the route that the X5 used to do when they started at Gosport, and now they start at Portsmouth. It's interesting how the bus routes have changed over time. I need to say bus journeys, but it's interesting how the buses have evolved over the ages. There always used to be a bus that went from Gosport to Southampton. There was a 57 first that started at Gosport and ran to Warsash. Then it became the X5, which then ran from Gosport to Southampton via Warsash. And now they've joined forces with the X4 and start Portsmouth. And what the X5s used to do here, from here to Gosport, now is renumbered the 5. I do also need to get a timetable for this area, just in case I end up doing any more travelling videos here, which is very likely that I am going to do that. I just want to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as I can. Right, join me back in a bit as I hop on the 5 and make my way into Gosport, and that's where I just wrap things up after that. But join me in a bit and we'll do exactly that. Can't wait to take you on this journey with me. Welcome back, guys. You just joined me at the back of the 5 going into Gosport. Now, there are several things that have crossed my mind at the moment. The first thing that comes to my mind is that this used to be the X5 when it started and finished at Gosport. So the one thing that I'm thinking of at the moment is how much of the route has this bus kept. Now it's operating as just a 5, and which bits have changed, if anything at all. So I get to go through that, and then I'll be able to keep you updated as I make my way to Gosport. But so far, it's kept the same route. And at this point, now that I talk about it, we are fast approaching the tail end of the first part of this nursery rhyme bus challenge, and it's been rather interesting so far. Now this is a part of Fareham I would like to visit. I've not been down here before, but the question
Service 5 towards Gosport interchange.
question I find myself asking now
If
is,
you are standing, please hold on tight as we pull away.
next thing I'm asking myself is, what is there to see in this part of Fareham?
Next stop is by way.
Different parts call for different rules for exploration, but I will definitely have to come down here. But the question now is, am I willing to wait an hour or 40 minutes for a bus coming back? Sorry, I've got something stuck in my teeth. If you wonder why I'm doing that, I've got something stuck in my teeth. Back to this. I love exploring the area of Fareham. I love the area of Fareham in itself anyway. It's just nice to get to explore the different routes as well. But you can expect to see more from this area, because I've worked out, I've just found out that the F1 and the F2, the circular routes around Fareham, have been rerouted. So I think that they're running in different directions of each other. So I think the F1 goes in an anti-clockwise direction, whereas the F2 goes clockwise. We will do more, we'll look more into that, and I'll do that as another travel video as well. I'll just go all around and then go all around on the F1 and then go back again on the F2 to see whether or not my theory proves correct. Now join me back in a bit as I take you through the area of Gosport. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys, and you've just joined us in Gosport, and this is where the first part of my nursery rhyme bus challenge concludes. So just to recap as to what we've done, we've got a 1 from Portsmouth, the hard interchange, and we went across to Southsea. We then got a 2 from, that's the Festing Hotel where I got off. We then got a 2 from there to Cosham. We got a 3 from Cosham to Porchester. We then got an X4 from Porchester to Fareham, and I've just got off a 5, and we're here in Gosport. Next thing I need to do in this case is, when I get back home, is go to the drawing board to see what I can do for 6 to 10. Can't do anything here because we don't have a route 6 or 10, and I've also found out that the 9 does not connect to the 8, because that's the number 1 rule of this challenge. The routes have got to connect to each other, so I come off one bus and end up straight onto another. That's what we did today in this part of the challenge. So that's what I aim to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.